You know, it's rare to find a sequel that not only alienates the fans of the first one, but actively makes you want to forget the first one ever happened. Well, that's what we have today, folks. Today we're talking about BeastMaster 2 Through the Portal of Time. Now let's start briefly with what they did correctly. And that is Mark Singer. He does a fantastic job of bringing the character Dar the Beastmaster into the second film. In fact, it's one of the only things that reminds me that someone out there saw the first movie. Because despite the fact that the plot has been completely dumbed down, despite the fact that this is clearly no longer adult fantasy and has clearly moved into a run-of-the-mill children's film, Singer still brings that same level of commitment he had in the first film, and it really does help the project as a whole. Spoiler warning, that's all we're talking about as far as the good, literally. Now let's get into what they did bad. For the rest of the actors do not care, and I know some of these are very good actors. In fact, Carrie Wurr from this movie went on to be in The Sliders, and was an excellent actress. So I know the woman can act, but in this movie?
We're on a quest.
Well, you know, hey, I'm on a quest too. For gas.
Shut up.
Must make it really difficult checking into a hotel.
Shut up.
It'll keep us alive.
No thanks. I'll just stick with the salad bar.
Shut up.
A seeing eye bird.
They stalk the night, searching for souls to drag down into the abyss.
Sounds like a couple of guys I met in Tijuana last night.
Shut up.
Way rad.
Shut up! Shut up! I get it! You're from the 90s! If I was playing a drinking game, I'd be in a fucking coma by now!
Damn. The villain in this movie is almost what you would get if you crossed Kiefer Sutherland and Tommy Wiseau.
So this is the BeastMaster. The one who defeated our high priest, Mayox, and now challenges my authority.
On top of that, there is no continuity between this and the first film. For those who don't remember, a brief recap. The first film ended with Dar's brother ascending the throne after the death of the wizard Mayox. In this movie, those characters literally are never mentioned, don't exist, we don't even see the castle. And this guy, Arklon, has conquered the world. Starting to make Zeiss look pretty good right now, isn't it? And see, the reason this movie fails so hard is they took a character like the Beastmaster and relocated him to our world. No movie has ever really pulled that off well, bringing a character from a fantasy setting into modern Earth. It just doesn't work.
Suburban Commando, Hercules in New York, Masters of the Universe, and many others that all had one other very important thing in common. They all fucking sucked!
Even the title, The Portal of Time, is wrong. In fact, several times they make the statement that no time travel is involved. And much like Book of Shadows, you may call this nitpicking, but I would say it's the fucking title. On top of that, everything, fucking everything is cliched. And not just cliched, cliches on top of cliches.
Of course. Marianne,
Yes, Mr. Melwin?
would you help this lady? And sir, if you will follow me.
The gayness! It's off the charts! We're getting into the gigaqueer age! Ah! Oh hell, it broke my gaydar!
Exactly. This is a movie with no reason to exist. Well, maybe two.
Surely such a valiant warrior such as you can think of a better use for my bosom.
And that's it. This movie earns a 1 out of 5. If we had a lower rating, it would get it. This movie not only destroyed what could have been an interesting sword and sorcery franchise, it also pretty much killed the fantasy genre for many years. That's it for this week. I'll see you next week. Thank you for watching. God, this movie was shit.
portal of time. I've passed better stuff through the portal of my ass.